Hello, welcome to Pow Wow Nation Live. My name is Paul Gatter, and I'm here from PowWows.com. Today, I want to tell you about 5 people I think you need to be following on social media. I'm really excited. Some of these people you probably never heard of, some maybe you've heard of, but I think we should all hit that follow button today. So let's talk about 5 people I think you need to be following. But first, I do have a few announcements. This show, we do it every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. At least I try to do it every Thursday. And it normally is a live show. I do have to apologize. I am not live tonight. This is pre-recorded, but it's for good reason. And sorry, and I came home from our last trip with a little cold. I'll catch you up on that in a second. So tonight I'm actually going to be in bed when this thing goes off because tomorrow morning we have to be at the airport. Our flight leaves at 6 a.m., which means we'll be getting up somewhere, I don't know, 3:30-ish or so. Make sure we get to the airport in plenty of time. We are flying tomorrow to San Diego, heading out for the Sequan powwow. Haven't been to this powwow before, so I'm super excited to go and see what it's all about. So we'll be out there this weekend. Please wish us well on our flights and travel. But yeah, we'll be streaming the Sequan Powwow live right here on Facebook, YouTube, and over on our website, PowWows.com. So super excited to bring that to you. Don't miss any of the action. It's a great powwow. I've seen so many cool videos from it in years past, and we're super excited to be able to partner with them this year and bring you that live stream. Now let's talk about other announcements. PowWows.com/win. We do have a giveaway going on right now. Thanks to our friends over at GNU.com, GINEW.com, or just go to PowWows.com/win. We've got all the links there. Here is the big prize we're giving away. Check it out. There it is. It is a Pendleton blanket designed by the artist Stephen Paul Judd. It is beautiful. Has a big portrait in the middle of it. Super cool. And we've got other prizes from them as well. All kinds of stuff. I think there's 8 prizes in total. Don't miss out on this. PowWows.com/win gets you in there. It only takes 1 entry to win, but you can come back each day and get more entries, and it just puts your name in the hat more times. So good luck. I hope it's you that wins. PowWows.com/win. All right, now let's talk about what's going on this weekend. Over on our calendar, just head over to PowWows.com/calendar, but let's look at what all is happening. So we have the 4th Annual Southwest Native Community Powwow over in Butte, Montana. Sequan over in California, that's where I'll be. Also have the Trail of Tears Powwow in Missouri. So much going on right now. Then over in Mendota, Minnesota, they've got their traditional powwow 28th annual. Over here in South Carolina, I know I'm flying all the way to California, and there's a powwow literally like 10 to 15 miles from my house. But that's the way the timing works. So Holly Hill, South Carolina, they're going to have their powwow. Over in Alberta, Honoring Traditions Powwow. Check that one out if you're up there in the Canadian area. The North American Center of Boston did cancel their event, so if you're up in Boston, be aware of that. Wiseport, Pennsylvania is having their powwow. Maryland, man, so many going on this weekend. It's a great time to be hitting out there for powwows. Farmington, Minnesota, Gathering of People's Arts and Crafts Fair over in Massachusetts. So still something to do if you're in the Massachusetts area. Wichita, Kansas. Let's see what else. And then next weekend, San Manuel. We will be working with the San Manuel Committee to stream their powwow live. And man, that's just a few of the ones that we have. So don't miss out. There are tons and tons of powwows going on. Be sure to check our calendar often. We are adding more all the time. All right, I do want to catch you up for those who've asked questions. So we did travel last weekend. Super excited. I've said that like 3 times. We had a great time. I'll just say it that way. We went down to Florida to visit our daughter. We hadn't been down there in a couple of months, so we wanted to catch up with her. And it was my first time going to Halloween Horror Nights. If you know about Universal Studios, they have their Halloween Horror Nights every year in California and in Orlando. And it is absolutely amazing. The amount of detail, the amount of people they bring in to be the scare actors and do the scare zones as you walk through the park. It is fantastic. I've never been to a haunted house. Not really my thing, but my daughter is really into it, and her and her friends go often. Last year they got the season pass. They did it again this year. She had already been like 2 or 3 times before she took me. It was fun. Yeah, it was scary. It was pretty scary, but it was a lot of fun, and we had a good time. Show you a couple of pictures from my personal Facebook that I posted just to show you what this is like. So here's one. This is a scare actor. As you're walking through the park, there are scare zones, and yes, she did have a chainsaw, and yes, she was running toward us with a chainsaw. So that's kind of what you see. Here is a video of another one of the scare zones. You're not actually allowed to take video or photos inside the houses, but so this is all outside, just walking around. Pretty creepy there. And then that was when we visited Epcot. I think I've got one more on here. Yeah, this was as we entered the park. That is a person in that gargoyle suit, and that's literally just walking into it. So that's the level of effort they put into this. It's really cool. There are 10 houses. We made it through 5 that night. We got there about 7 and left at 2. So if you're going, plan on staying. It is a marathon. There's a lot to do. Like we made it through half the houses, and for me, came down to what our last house of the night was going to be, and what we wanted to get in line for. You know, growing up in the 70s and 80s, I had to do the Friday the 13th, the Jason's Universe house. If you're like me, you grew up on Friday the 13th. Jason was that thing that we related to. I mean, that was even before like Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, Jason for me was the original horror movie. So we went through Jason's house. Wow, there were so many Jasons jumping out everywhere. Oh, that one is intense, and at the end of it, it gets really narrow. And all right, if you want to go, I highly recommend Halloween Horror Nights. But that's what we did. We also spent some time with Brooke and her friends over at the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, which is fantastic. If you think that Disney is all for adults, so wrong. The food scene is incredible. There are, I don't know, like 40 different booths for different countries, and they serve unique dishes. They change them up every year. Some of them stay the same. They're perennial favorites, but each booth has some unique cocktails, non-alcoholic and alcoholic, as well as some dishes. Oh, it was awesome. Loved walking around that. It was crowded, so we ended up kind of cutting that out early and then heading over to Magic Kingdom for a little bit. But we had a good time. We're really happy that we got to spend some time with her and see her, her girlfriend, her friends. That was cool. So tomorrow we're heading to California. We're home for a few days before heading. Let's see, our next trip will be, I think I'll be heading back down to Florida for another conference. And then October and November are going to get really crazy. So how about you? Let me know what your travel plans are this fall. I'd love to hear from you. You know, we do have a travel community. If you're interested, let me know. We've just started that up, and it's really fun. We'll talk all travel tips and hacks, and you know, sharing stories. It's really fun. Love to see you join us over there. All right, let's get to the topic of today. Okay, here are a few people I think you should go follow and check out their social media. We're going to start with my friend Patrick Brooks. He is a traditional dancer, and I think he lives up in the Northern Virginia area. He is a retired from the Army, so he was in the armed services. He does great live videos. He's live quite often. But what I really want to point out, and why I think you should follow him now, is that, oops, let me close these, is over on his, he started a new page, and he's actually building his own food truck and starting a food truck for Pow Wows, Five Feathers Fry Bread. So I think this is going to be super fun to watch and see. He's posting all the content. He's trying out recipes. They just bought the truck. I think this is going to be really cool to see how he builds this business and follow him along as he builds us up. That's a really cool thing. So go check that out, Patrick Brooks or Five Feathers Fry Bread. All right, number 2, I have to, and I always have to tell people to go follow our good friend Larry Yazzie. You can follow him over on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, Larry Yazzie, or check out his website, Native Pride Productions. Larry travels all over the world doing presentations and is a real ambassador for the culture. He's gone everywhere. I mean, he's been all over Europe, Australia, Africa. Yeah, he really gets around, and he so much so that it's the Department of State, I believe, that does some of these things and sends him overseas as an ambassador. So go check out Larry. It's super fun to watch all of his travels and to see what he's doing to really push Native culture around the world. Next, another friend, Dennis Zotak. He works for the um, Smithsonian, the National Museum of the American Indian, where he is works in the cultural area. Um, Originally from Oklahoma, and he's another person that does some traveling and gets around. He likes to post questions of the day and get people's feedback, and he's always trying to find out more about what's going on in the community. So it's fun to see his questions and read the comments. But he also does presentations and cultural displays at the museum. So he's a good one to follow too. Go check him out, Dennis Zotak, over on Facebook. And the current Miss Indian World, um, go follow her. 2005 MIW Dania. For some reason, I just got tongue tied on her name. But Dania she was awesome this year at Gathering Nations to see her win, and she's been traveling, doing lots of appearances. I love always following the current Miss Indian World to see where all they go, who all they get to meet, and you know, with all the news of Gathering Nations being the last one coming up, she is the last Miss Indian World. So go follow her and keep up with her travels. I do have a couple more. It's a little more than five, but by B Yellowtail, Bethany Yellowtail. Oh man, she posts so much great stuff and is a wonderful artist. She just got a partnership with Carhartt. I think that's gonna be really cool to see what that comes out with. You can see a preview here of some of the stuff she's working on with them. That's pretty awesome. Go check out her over on Instagram. Indigenous TV. I met one of the guys behind this at Manitowoc and got to talk with him a little bit. We actually they shuttled us to the airport together as we were leaving, so got to spend 20-30 minutes talking with him. They are doing some really cool stuff as far as just covering a wide range of topics on their Instagram with the stories and the post. So if you want to keep up with any news and happenings in Indian country, go follow indigenous.tv. They are doing a great job of showing all of that. And then last, Lauren Goodday, another artist who's just, her partnerships and what she's putting out there with her dresses and her art even, she is so prolific everywhere. You see her stuff, and it's exciting to see a Native artist really take off. So go check her out as well. All right, so I hope that gives you a few things to do this weekend. Go check all them out. But of course, don't forget to tune in over on PowWows.com on our YouTube and on Facebook and on the website, PowWows.com/live. We will be streaming tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday from the Sequan Powwow out in California, right outside of San Diego. And if you're in the area, stop by. I'd love to meet you, shake your hand and say hello. Come by and see me. But thanks so much for support. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm sorry I'm not live. Hopefully next week will be a normal week and we can get back here and recover and do an actual live show. And I've got some more stuff coming up that I can't wait to announce. So thank you for all your support, and I will see you soon.